Thanks and welcome to the 6:15. I'm Kejang Henry. At Thimbe, we begin with our headlines. Nine people, including at least 6 students from the University of Bamenda, are struggling to recover after a wave of abductions and armed attacks rocked 2 neighborhoods in Bambali last week. And regional governors say the situation across the country remains largely under control despite pockets of post-electoral tensions. The 6:15 will bring you news and reactions of some of the governors as they are meeting for their biennial conference. And 16 days of activism begins as gender-based violence remains rampant across Cameroon. Our top stories. Welcome back. Join us on our respective platforms on Canal International. We begin from the Northwest region, precisely in Bamenda, where 9 people, including 6 students, have been recovering or struggling to recover from a wave of abductions and armed attacks that rocked 2 neighborhoods in Bambali in the Northwest region of the country. 3 people are reported to have been wounded in that attack. Cynthia Lati recounts with girls from Northwest. Chief Correspondent Annie Collins.
Out of the thousands of students of the University of Bamenda, about 6 are unaccounted for since last weekend. They were reportedly kidnapped from a student hostel around the university campus in Bambali in the evening hours.
Students just leave. They came here for studies, but they end up going somewhere else that we cannot even explain.
The same weekend, gunmen staged another attack on the Highlights Fashion Snack Bar, located some meters above the Bambali Three Corners. Here, a boy and 2 girls sustained bullet wounds and bruises from stampede and were rushed to the Tuba District Hospital in Bambui before being referred to the Bamenda Regional Hospital late Sunday night. 2 incidents have unleashed yet another atmosphere of fear, which continues to taint the studious anxiety of learners in that university town. Off camera, students say they continue to lead a quiet life in a town that looks innocent of any wrongdoing, but which could spring surprises at any moment, especially at nightfall.
Much Cynthia Lati with that report. And the Rapid Intervention Battalion, the B, has marked its 15th Remembrance Day with a solemn ceremony at its Manawa B base, that is in the southwest region of Cameroon, paying tribute to military and civilian personnel who actually died in line of duty. More on this report with Sherifa Saleh and carrots from our southwest correspondent Jama Richard.
The aim of the 15th Remembrance Day was to honor the men and women who paid the ultimate price in service to the nation. Held at the B Logistics Base in Man-O-War Bay on November 22, the ceremony centered on a tribute to the fallen.
Celebrating all those our comrades who are passing away, and to think that next time we will pass away and the others will celebrate it.
Sports competitions added a spirit of camaraderie to the occasion, with a military ball tournament won by a training center team and a race designed to strengthen teamwork and solidarity. The day also marked the anniversary of a tragic helicopter crash that claimed several lives, serving as a powerful reminder of the dangers faced during operations.
Every end of the year, we are giving to the family, we give them gift by the technical advisor.
The bee noted that the commemoration not only celebrated the bravery of its heroes but also reaffirmed its commitment to serving the population and safeguarding the nation.
Very much, Sheriff. The Rapid Intervention Battalion, the bee has stepped up its offensive against illicit trafficking at the Bakassi Peninsula, following a high-risk night operation that intercepted a vessel carrying dozens of migrants and a significant quantity of contraband goods. More on that with Sheriff Saleh once more.
Cameroon's elite security forces have intensified operations in the Bakassi Peninsula following the interception of a Cotonou-type vessel transporting 62 clandestine migrants and significant quantities of cannabis and tramadol.
Our main mission here in the peninsula of Bakassi is to secure the maritime area and the peninsula in general in liaison with other operators here. So for this, we execute different kind of activities, patrols and intervention on intel. Also have technical assets like the radar that can allow us to detect some tracks on the sea.
The vessel was detected at night by radar operators off Ida Bado, prompting an immediate patrol response. Redirected to Jabani for inspection, it was found to be carrying hundreds of bags and packets of illegal substances believed to be destined for the regional black market. According to security officials, the operation relied on timely intelligence and reflects ongoing efforts to curb drug trafficking, human smuggling, and other cross-border crimes in the Gulf of Guinea.
Issue of transfrontier problems. We face them on a daily basis. The youth today who do not even go to school, who have challenges even back in school, and that while in school we have to see many dropouts due to this drug abuse. With other services in collaboration with the Bill Data, having to have seized this huge amount, or this huge quantity of drug is actually a relief to the community.
Local authorities have praised the intervention and urged communities to continue cooperating with security forces to preserve peace and stability in the sensitive coastal zone.
Thanks, Sheriff Saleh. And 16 days of activism has begun against gender-based violence as it remains very rampant in Cameroon. And as the world marks the International Day Against Gender-Based Violence, there are calls for sweeping reforms and legal implications against those who perpetrate gender-based violence. Morindi reports for the 6th.
As of Tuesday, November 25, International Day for the Fight Against Gender-Based Violence, Cameroon has recorded 66 women killed by gender-based violence in 2025. In 2024, there were 67 deaths, and 2023, 66 deaths. These figures reveal a troubling stagnation in efforts to curb GBV nationwide. Lawyers argue the legal system does not sufficiently protect women or deter perpetrators.
Most of the time, corruption will come and intervene. Our government don't use to punish those who are working according to corruption.
We have nothing done. And then every day we are talking about violence, and then the thing is getting violent.
The protection of women, the security of women are in the hands of justice.
Women's rights associations echo this concern, pointing to major gaps in Cameroon's penal code.
The gap is related to online cyber harassment. We have nothing in our current penal code engage prosecution against people who perpetrate us.
The laws are weak. Women must unite and fight for stronger protection, rights defenders urge.
At our level in civil society, we are doing things, we are dragging the rope. It's not for the government to adopt the law and then be really severe about that.
Ça avance très bien, même au niveau de la police, parce que même les policiers ont été formés.
While the regional delegation of Women Empowerment claims minor improvements, including police training, it admits the fight remains largely ineffective without strategy.
If our justice don't change the way he's functioning, just forget about the protection of women in Cameroon.
These November 25 victims, associations and legal experts met at the regional delegation for women and family in the littoral to explore legal shortcomings and how to build stronger alliances to denounce violence and secure justice in courts.
And Cynthia Latte now takes us across the 16th day of activism that has already flagged off in the country. Cynthia Latte.
Sometimes suicidal thoughts haunted her as her husband's cruel words replayed in her mind. Other times, the pain from his physical assault made her question why their paths ever crossed. This mother of 5 cannot help but relive the painful memory of her now ended 11-year marriage. Everything I did was bad to him. To him, I was the worst person in the world. When it started, I took it lightly. It only intensified with time, but from the very beginning, there were signs. I just thought everything would eventually stop. This other mother of 2 in her early 40s also sank into depression and drowned herself in alcohol as her once loving husband tortured her. Our couple seemed full of love, but inside I was dying. He ridiculed me. He made me feel worthless, but I've comforted myself with work. I fell into depression, and that's how I became ill. These 2 victims, whose identity Canal 2 has withheld for security reasons, say they are happy to have moved on. I healed when I accepted the separation. Don't force love. When you feel you're no longer loved, that alone is enough to walk away. When I left, I felt relief. I started reconnecting with people, and simply accepting that I had to leave a 13-year-old marriage helped me heal. To escape gender-based violence, the activist advises women to take concrete steps.
When they are being abused within the context of their marriage, they find it very difficult to reach out and to talk about it. So even when they do reach out, a lot of times society is not very receptive.
Domestic violence is recurrent in Cameroon as gender-based violent cases continues to rise. Activists denounce the tendency of many women to remain silent due to fear and social pressure.
Once they are able to open up and you're able to listen.
As the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women was commemorated in Douala on November 25, the regional delegates of Women's Empowerment and the Family also highlighted the growing violence faced by women and girls online, this year's central theme.
Thanks very much. And this time around, Ate Bonaventure takes a look on how gender-based violence is perpetrated online, or what he calls the digital space gender-based violence. Ate Bonaventure reports from Yaoundé, where activities were launched this morning.
Violence against women and girls causes serious harm to women, girls, families, communities, and society as a whole. Although significant progress has been made over the past 30 years, this phenomenon persists at an alarming rate worldwide, with 1 in 3 women experiencing violence in her lifetime.
And I want to tell them to speak out, because if you don't speak out, we cannot put ends on the perpetrator. It's very important to expose them so that they should not redo the same thing again. It's very important also to make sure that women understand that they have their fate in their hands.
The 16 days of activism and advocacy against gender-based violence seeks to discourage and undo new forms of violence that include cyber attacks on women and girls.
The peculiarity of this year is fighting digital violence on the cyberspace. We know it is getting worse and worse every day. Women go suicidal because of the exposures they get on the cyberspace. It's high time as sensitize women to know their digital rights and to protect them.
The launching was an occasion for Cameroon's Minister of Women's Empowerment and the Family and institutional partners to highlight key points of interest and set new perspectives that will ensure the follow-up and criminalization of digital violence.
And we swing over to the Adamawa, where Cameroon's road transport sector has called for unity after post-electoral violence or tensions that took place across the country. This time, the stakeholders actually met in Ngaoundéré to see how they can work out the situation. More in the report.
Following the October 12 presidential election results, Cameroon's road transport sector faced disruptions marked by threats, intimidation and economic losses. Transporters became targets on key corridors with packed trucks and halted operations affecting both workers and national trade. The situation prompted a high-level visit to Ngaoundéré by leaders of the Transporters Union to express gratitude and push for peace and unity. A delegation from the Cameroon Road Haulage Transporters and the platform of professional transport organizations led by Pierre Sime paid a walking visit to Ngaoundéré. Their goal to thank Adamawa authorities for protecting transport personnel and infrastructure during the tense post-electoral periods. Regardless of who did what during the recent events, we want to say a big thank you to all transporters as well as the defense and security forces. Transporters cited the climate of fear they endure with trucks immobilized and businesses suffering financial setbacks. We urge politicians not to use our sector for their own agendas. We are committed to protect our equipment and the economy of this vital sector. Transporters deliberately distance themselves from any disorder and continued their activities with professionalism. We want to sincerely commend them for that. The sector also mourns the loss of its vice president, Yanusa Issa, who passed away in Germany on October 24. A delegation visited his family to express condolences and show support. We lost a true patriot and we come to extend our heartfelt condolences to his family. He was a committed union leader who always fought for the general interest for above any personal gain. In closing, Pierre Sime urged for continued unity and peace within the transport sector, emphasizing that these values are essential for the development of the profession and Cameroon as a whole.
Thanks, Maureen D. And she will draw the curtains for this edition of the 6:15 with me, Kejang Henry Atembe. Thanking you for being there with us. Matthew Fangwa is just right ahead with the brief, the actuality sportive. From all of us, it's goodbye.